Hello everyone, thank you so much for taking a moment to watch this video. Unfortunately, they've made it very difficult for folks to sign up for Medicare Part D standalone, but it's easy as long as you have this piece of wisdom, okay? So agents can't help you. If you go to the insurance company's website, the information's sadly not there or not always there. So we're going to show you what the steps are that you need to take, okay? So when you go to the Medicare website, I feel like there's a little bit of a better website to go to. Let's delete that and go to medicare.gov. Here we go. I want to get rid of that. So you're going to, and then you're just going to hit find and compare, find health and drug plans. Okay. Put in your zip code. I'm going to put in my zip code. You're going to choose your county. Then you're just going to choose Medicare Part D. This is going to give you a not accurate general version of some options price-wise, but it's not exact and precise in a real quote. And these, of course, are going to talk about Advantage plans, which I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you do not want to do. So, let's see here. Try that again. I think I chose Medicare Part D. Okay. And then unless you really do get Medicaid or extra help from prescription drugs, which if you're just signing up, you probably don't even know what that means. So I would just say I don't get help from any of these and hit continue. You can put in the cost of your drugs. If you don't have any drugs, this isn't applicable. If I've already given you kind of a help on what to pick out, or you're on like a statin, it's really just not necessary, but it's okay to put it in. So I'll just put in one. I'm going to put in atorvastatin, if I could spell. Okay. It's important to put the right milligrams, and if you take it twice a day, put that, and then you'll want to change the frequency if you fill it every 3 months. Now, don't put it anything other than once a month or once every 3 months, because it's absolutely not accurate. Even if you have it, say, an albuterol inhaler that you fill once a year just because you have a prescription and thankfully you haven't needed it, just put in once a month or every 3 months. Otherwise, it's just not accurate, the information. And this information is not always accurate at all. In fact, it's just a guideline. Prices on prescription drugs do fluctuate every day, but it should be this or less. Keep in mind that I'm just picking any pharmacy. Remember, anytime you change the insurance, the drug, and or the pharmacy, the price is going to change. That's very important. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Here we go. Continue to view plans. Now, these, not only are these just an estimate, but if you don't drill down, especially if you have a lot of drugs, it doesn't even make any sense actually. But regardless, let's assume that you already know you're going to choose the zero premium plan or the lowest cost plan based on the premium, or of course I would hope you would factor in the lowest drug cost. This amount that you see here includes the premium and the cost for the medication, okay? You are going to just click Enroll, and then you're going to say Join Plan, which I'll show you. If you're just turning 65, I want you to put New to Medicare as the reason that you can apply. Unless it's open enrollment, obviously you would put open enrollment. However, if you're retiring and you are already on Medicare, or you were already 65 and you're older than 65 and you're retiring, I want you to put, this is very important or your application will not be approved. You have to choose the reason why you can apply outside of open enrollment is loss of employer coverage. If that is not applicable to you, I want you to stop this video and call me and I can guide you best. Okay, so you're just going to hit Enroll. A couple other things about using this information. A lot of times you'll see this. Oh my gosh, there's a deductible. You just told me my drug cost would be $0. Well, deductible that you're seeing may not apply to your particular drug, because these drugs, these prescription drug plans, have deductibles that may apply to just certain tier medications. Okay. Also, it's always going to assume that your effective date is the month after you're putting in this information. So if you aren't starting your prescription drug plan till, say, July, and you're doing this right now in April, it's going to assume that May and June are also getting filled. But you'll notice that the cost is $3.30 for that particular drug. Okay? Keep in mind, all of these plans cover at least 2 drugs in each drug class, and I see no need to get the Mac Daddy prescription drug coverage, let's say the most expensive, I guess you could say, prescription drug plan, assuming that the more expensive one is the quote-unquote best one or covers the most drugs, because 1, that is not necessarily the correct assumption, and 2, every single year these plans change, so it's critical that you come in and look and see what's going on every year with your situation and with the plan changes. Keep in mind that you don't have to have a Medicare.gov account in order to use this tool. However, if you do make a Medicare.gov account, you can make one personal to you right here. And then you can, of course, use the same type of login that you use for your Social Security account. So only if you've mastered that should you try this, because it sometimes can be difficult for people who aren't great at computers or have not the best device or are using a phone to use some of these services. I personally think that ID.me is easier to use than any of the others. That's just me. Currently, it says you can use Medicare.gov. I'm sure if you set up a username and password under this, it's going to go away, because they're pretty much, the government is relying on ID.me, maybe Clear, they're a newer vendor, and Login for top-notch security. The other thing is, if you make a Medicare.gov account, it will automatically know all prescriptions that you fill throughout the year, and any data that you put in, like if you add certain drugs to get prices on plans, you can save everything and you'll get a blue button, and you can actually share that blue button with any advisor like myself. And when you go to price your medications and so forth to pick a plan, it'll automatically have that in there. So that is a good recommendation if you feel comfortable using computers. So thank you so much, and I appreciate you. If you want to know why this change has happened and why you have to sign yourself up for Medicare Part D, just make some comments below, and I would love to have an explanatory video about that. Thank you for letting me share my wisdom.